Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dustin James, and I am going to continue this tutorial now on how to create an LLC. This is part 2, so if you haven't watched part 1, this isn't going to do you any good. So now we are going to file with the Secretary of State, because any company or corporation that incorporates or becomes, an entity in any state, you have to file with the Secretary of State, and they have to approve it. So basically what we're doing is we're going to file with the Secretary of State, and I'm going to have this link below about where you can actually find your Secretary of State's website and file with them. And it's going to cost you money. There's no way around it. Maybe some states have it free, but the first one I did was in Indiana, and it's not free. It's about $90, and I'm assuming it's going to vary around that range. It may cost you anywhere from like 80 to 120. Maybe it's upwards of that, but for the most part, it's going to cost you what it costs you. So, but it's cheaper than going, the LegalZoom route. So, Indiana, form a new business. Pretty much what you got to do, and then start a new business. I'm going to take you over to this one because I already filled out some of this stuff. And you fill that out, and make sure that you do the Domestic Limited Liability Company. It's only foreign if you're in a different state. That's the only time it's foreign. If you're in Indiana and you want to do business in Indiana, you don't have to do foreign just because you sell stuff on eBay to somebody in a different state. It doesn't work like that. It's where you're physically located or physically doing business. Now you do the full word search, so let's without the suffix, and this has to coincide with the registered agent that you actually got, and make sure your company name is available. And the only way you can do that is the name availability search, in which this is doing it right now. So let's just name it Gmail Commander, and make sure this coincides with your registered agent, or it's not going to work. So now that we have our name, which is Gmail Commando, it seems nobody has that name. You just click continue down here, and then you click, this is the suffix. It's pretty much, this is the shortest way. It's what's going to go after it, because everything you use, whether you open a bank account, one of these three is going to be after your name. So it's going to be L.L.C, or it'll be LLC, or the full thing, Limited Liability Company. I just choose to do LLC. Then you click continue. And then this is pretty much the easiest it gets. It's pretty much incomplete right now, and the principal address of entity, which is going to be, this can be a PO box if you would like it to be a PO box. It does not matter. And then the free registered agent that you hired, this is going to be their address. You got to put their address there. You will get that in an email after they get their $100 or however many years you signed up for. And then general information article. You don't have to, pretty much just do it the day of that you signed it, which is today. It'd be April 28th. And then, now this is where, is the entity perpetual until dissolved? And that's going to be a yes. If it's a no, it's going to pop up with something, when should this entity be dissolved? Because people, they open up LLCs, like say they're going to be a painter for a year, and then after a year, the LLC no longer exists. It automatically dissolves. You don't want that. If you want something perpetual, you click perpetual, because you can choose a date when it dissolves. So we want perpetual, which means it's going to be there forever. There's your electronic signature. Who is the entity going to be managed by? It's going to be members, because you're the member of the LLC. If you're hiring somebody else to manage it, then it would be managers. But since the owner is managing it, it's going to be members. You're a member of the LLC, you're managing it. So it's going to be members. That was pretty confusing for me when I first got it. If you're hiring someone else, by all means do that. And then additional articles, you do not need that, as far as I'm concerned. If you want to get fancy with it, once again, you can do it. So I'll run you through it one more time. Do this, put your address, whatever. I got a PO box for mine. You can use, because it's easier in case you move. You don't have to file with the state all over again. PO boxes is just, hey, I have a PO box. That's where my mail goes. and you don't have to forward anything because it's a pain in the ass to get your address changed with the Secretary of State. Free registered agent, you paid $100 for that. I hope you do have that. And then you just do these when it's effective right now, usually signed, members, yes, perpetual. And then you check out and submit registration, and you're going to pay the $100, and then you get your registration. It's really that simple. Now, part 3 is going to take you through the tutorial of how to get EIN, which is an employer identification number, and that's completely free. So by now, you should be out $180 to $220, and that is cheap compared to LegalZoom. So continue on to part 3, and you will be a proud business owner. And it's really simple. Enjoy all the tax benefits and tax write-offs.